And finally, on sports, the Nigeria Premier Football League NPFL says it will introduce modern communication gadgets from the 2024/2025 season. NPFL Chairman Benga Elegbeleye announced the new initiative during his interaction with the media. Now, earlier on, I spoke with sport analyst Stanley Ikawu, and I began by asking him a take on this development.
I think it's a good move, a good initiative by the organizers of the league. For every season that comes and goes, there's always a post-mortem. There's always a review of performance from the clubs, from the players, from also by the organizers of the league. So as much as I feel this season has recorded some level of success, I also do feel that some shenanigans that brought the game to an extent to disrepute. One of them is crowd invading the pitch. Even in other Senate clients, for every season, like I said, they test different technologies, they test different gadgets to improve the game, all because of the fans. So I feel it's a good initiative by the Nigerian Football Federation, or rather, the Nigerian Premier Football League, the organizers of the league. But then, is that the solution to the problem of the league? If we call it, like I said earlier, crowd violence, one of which we saw between Enugu Rangers and the Eyimba in Enugu, which I feel even the away fans encroached the field, which was totally wrong. I condemn that act. Some of my colleagues also who are in the business of talking about the league, because whether we like it or not, we can't keep following the EPL. We can't keep talking about the Bundesliga. Monies were invested in these leagues for it to be where it is today. So I feel for those that have so far invested money in developing football in Nigeria, I don't think fans should make their money just go down the drain like that. But then, like I said, would this technology stop crowd violence? Would this technology safeguard referees in the league?
All right, so what device do you think they would introduce, or which one do you think they should introduce?
Let me say this. There's no gadgets the league organizers would want to introduce now that will not be welcomed. But as much as, even if it's the VAR, I'm talking about video assistant referee, where referees would have to go review before taking that final decision. Fine, brilliant, good. If it's what's it called now? The technology where the center referee would communicate instead of running down often to communicate with their star referee. Like before now, it used to be they were called the linesmen, but now they call them the star referee 1 and 2. Now, if it's about an error that happened in the course of the game, the star referee can call on the referee and say, "Oh, I spotted this and I spotted that." So if it's the goal line technology, it's a welcome development. If it's the normal gadget where referees would have to use in communicating to ease officiating, so they don't need to start running from one end of the field to the other, I think it's also a good development.
All right, so lastly, before I let you go, how do you think this would improve the NPFL moving forward?
Very simple. It would help the referees in making some certain decisions. The crowd also would understand that the gadgets or gadgets or equipment, as it were, that will be introduced by the Nigerian Premier Football League body is just to ensure that we have a fair and proper officiating. The referees also would know that now they can be, at least to an extent, safe from being lynched by angry fans. So it's going to be a win-win situation.